Hello, everybody. My name is Ted Chan, and I am honored to join you today at the Global Fleet Summit. I have the privilege to manage fleet and travel for Schindler Elevator in the United States. I currently oversee a vehicle fleet of 3,800 vehicles and a travel group of 2,000 employees. Responsibilities include running day-to-day operations, strategy, and partner agreements for both categories. My background has always been procurement, having overseen multiple categories. My main passion has always been fleet, and personally, I'm a bit of a gearhead as I enjoy maintaining my own vehicles. As a procurement professional, supply and demand has always been the core foundation in determining price. The travel industry has always been a perfect example of this model, or what is commonly called flexible pricing. As demand goes up, prices of airlines and hotels go up as well. Post-pandemic, the auto industry has seen unprecedented change in the way we all do business. Due to microchip shortages and various supply constraints, production of vehicles dropped dramatically. Common sights around the country have been empty parking lots with dealers without vehicles to sell. Without supply, dealers were adding in some cases, ridiculous markups on vehicles. Just sharing a little personal story here for a minute, I was shopping for a fairly popular pickup truck in the end of 2021. In my state of New Jersey, no dealer was willing to sell me the vehicle at MSRP. I had to drive all the way to Pennsylvania to get my truck, and I still ended up paying sticker price for the truck. At that time, I thought I got a good deal, but only a few years ago, 10% off of the sticker price is common practice. So fast forward to 2023, I wouldn't say supply is back to pre-pandemic levels. Just yesterday, one of my OEMs told me I may not get everything that I ordered, or at best case, be delayed. So Tesla in 2023 started experimenting with flexible pricing with dramatic drops, drawing a lot of attention. The Tesla Model X that sold for $135,000 was cut to almost $80,000. Tesla really didn't have many demand issues, but it was focused on protecting market share against the traditional OEMs that have introduced very competitive models. Tesla last year was hovering around 65% EV market share. Today, they're about 50%. I read a recent article where, in the opinion of the editor, Tesla started a price war that they cannot win. One of the few distinctions between Tesla and the other traditional OEMs is that other manufacturers are still making gas cars. They have that flexibility to scale back based on the demand of EVs. Ford was another manufacturer that dabbled in flexible pricing, with some variations of the Ford Lightning pickup with mainly price increases. It did not garner as much attention as Tesla, but nonetheless, it did get the attention of the auto industry. It is uncertain at this time whether flexible pricing will be the new norm in regard to vehicle pricing. 2023 is really the first year we saw vehicle pricing go up and down within the same year. The expectation is, and still the norm of vehicle costs, is the expectation that vehicles go up on average of 0 to 5% year over year. I believe the pricing of vehicles will still rely heavily on the fundamentals of supply and demand. If the demand for vehicles remains strong, then we can expect prices to only increase, and in some cases within the same model or calendar year. I am sure OEMs will be more than glad to sell you higher priced vehicles if there is demand for it. Hot sellers or rare models of vehicles have always commanded a markup, but that's always been something like a sports car, not typically a family SUV. On the flip side, unpopular, slow-moving models are always quick to be discounted. I believe the basics to cope with flexible pricing remain the same as it is in fleet and travel, starting with strong relationships with your partners. I like to use the word partner as versus suppliers because that's exactly the way we should approach it. On a procurement point of view, buyers and sellers should always look to mutually benefit each other. Having agreements in place with your key partners obviously far outweigh not having these agreements. The expectation or promise of a larger volume of business will always certainly guarantee you more favorable pricing or expedited production. There are several differences when comparing flexible pricing with travel versus fleet. Flexible pricing has always been expected. When reserving travel, you can get 7 different prices depending on what day of the week you book or reserve. Before Tesla introduced flexible pricing in 2023, the price of the car is basically essentially it for approximately 12 months. There is no right time to buy a fleet vehicle. Booking travel 14 to 30 days have always been the sweet spot in getting the best deal. Unfortunately, there is no sweet spot when buying a vehicle. Bottom line, I think flexible or variable pricing is here to stay in some form or another. In the past, fleet managers would negotiate their annual discounts with the OEMs once a year and be essentially set. Most, if not all, these discounts have now disappeared, and who knows when if they will ever return. I think those who manage travel and also fleet should be well prepared to handle flexible pricing. I think the one piece of advice that I would recommend is to check with your OEM if they offer some sort of price protection should prices go down and you end up paying more previously. This is exactly what happened to us on a bunch of EVs, and we were lucky enough to get some money back per our agreements. For those angry Tesla buyers that paid more, they are essentially out of luck. Thank you all for your time. There is surely plenty more to discuss, and if you would like to speak more about this topic or any travel or fleet topic, feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day and be well.